cabinet secretaries live on military bases because of the potential threats against them.
We are consequential. This is a consequential presidency. I have a great cabinet, and they do things that are very good, but some people, if they're good for us, they're not good for other people. Like, as an example, Iran, when they're not going to have a nuclear weapon. They will not have. They're not going to blow up the world. They're not happy. And when they're not happy, people do things that are violent. Now, I'm not tracing anything back to them, but certainly if they had a shot, they'd probably take it. So when you're a consequential president, or if you have a consequential administration, things happen that wouldn't happen if you're Sleepy Joe Biden. Everyone was happy with Biden. The world was happy. You know why they were happy? Because they were taking advantage of us, because they treated the United States like we were stupid people, and they made a lot of money. But they don't do that anymore. I fight for a border, and they fight for an open border, and we have a lot of differences.
You've had some tough words for the press in the back.
There was tremendous camaraderie. I mean, I saw Democrats, I saw senators, I saw congressmen and women. I saw people that weren't necessarily on my side from the other party. They were going, way to go. There was spirit in that room. I mean, it was like the whole country was together.
Did you know that he emailed it to family members right before the attack?
Look, you have sick people. Some of these sick people, it's amazing. They're very sick, but they're also, in some cases, very, very smart. He went to grade school. I can tell you, the person in Butler, I don't know if you ever looked at his academic credentials, he had almost 1,600 on his college boards. 1,600.
So-called manifesto is a stunning thing to read, Mr. President. He appears to reference a motive in it. He writes this, quote, "Administration officials, they are targets. I'm no longer willing to permit a pedophile, rapist, and traitor to coat my hands with his crimes." What's your reaction to that?
Well, I was waiting for you to read that because I knew you would, because you're horrible people, horrible people. Yeah, he did write that. I'm not a rapist. I didn't rape anybody. I'm not a pedophile. You read that crap from some sick person, you should be ashamed of yourself reading that, because I'm not any of those things.
Mr. President,
and I was never,
words.
Excuse me. You shouldn't be reading that on 60 Minutes. You're a disgrace. But go ahead, let's finish the interview.
And he wrote, "What the hell is the Secret Service doing? This level of incompetence is insane."
Well, he was pretty incompetent, too, because he got caught. And he got caught pretty easily. I could take any event having to do with security or anything else. I can always find fault, no matter what. I can take a baseball team that won the game 18-0 and say they should have played better.
He had social media accounts that had anti-Trump and anti-Christian rhetoric.
Why don't you read all the anti-Trump? Why don't you read it? You just did, so why don't you read it?
Well, he was part of a group called the Wide Awakes. He had attended a No Kings protest in California.
No Kings. Yeah.
What did security tell you about what may have been his motives?
The reason you have people like that is you have people doing No Kings. I'm not a king. What I am, if I was a king, I wouldn't be dealing with you.
The king is coming here? King of England?
I think it's great. He'll be very safe, yeah.
King is coming here?
I see these No Kings, which are funded just like the Southern Law was funded. You saw all that. Southern Law is financing the KKK and lots of other radical, terrible groups. And then they go out and they say, oh, we've got to stop the KKK, and yet they give them hundreds of thousands and even millions of dollars. It's a total scam run by the Democrats. They spent millions and millions of dollars on absolute far right and just bad groups. And then they'd use those groups and they'd say, these are Republican groups, and we're coming to your rescue. Pretty sad. Do you think it's pretty sad?
The allegations and the indictment
They're
laid
not just
out
allegations.
Was an indictment
These
laid
are
out by
facts, okay? These are facts. I mean, they have checks to the Ku Klux Klan and many others, and then they're saying how bad they are and blaming the Republican Party and Republicans. These are not just allegations, but go ahead. I bring lawsuits against the fake news. I brought lawsuits against your network, and you paid me $38 million because you did something that was so horrible with Kamala. You put an answer down that wasn't responsive to the question because her real answer was so bad, it was election threatening. And you paid me a lot of money, and you tried to pull one off. It was terrible. It was a terrible thing that you did. How about the BBC, where the BBC has me, actually AI, they had me saying a horrible statement. Yeah. I said, I never said that. It turned out they gave me a little AI treatment where they have my lips speaking words of hate, tremendous hate that I never said. They've admitted they're wrong. They just don't know what to do. They actually have me making a major statement, and it wasn't me. Mm-hmm. It was my face. It was my lips. My lips were perfectly in sync with the words. I said, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. So
I hear you, Mr. President.
So then when you say, can you get along? I can get along with anybody, but if people are going to cheat, if people are going to be fake, you sort of don't want to get along.
These conspiracy theories out there that the event was staged or that it didn't happen.
What, last night didn't happen?
That it was because it was your first time there, or that Butler didn't happen. These conspiracy theories that are gaining traction on the
and
internet.
October 7th didn't happen, and World War II didn't happen, and the Holocaust didn't happen, and many things didn't happen. Yeah, no, I hear it. I don't know. I think they're more sick than they are con people, but there's a lot of con in it too. I haven't heard that last night didn't happen. Usually it takes a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Usually they wait about 2 or 3 months to start saying.
I don't peddle in that stuff or certainly look at it because I was there.
The press treats me pretty badly. You know, people were fighting me. Everybody, not everybody. I have some. There are great people in the press too. I can name, but I don't want to embarrass your show. We have some great people in the press.